You're listening to the Love Over Addiction podcast.
The episode that you're going to hear today was actually the very first podcast episode that we ever released. It's an oldie but a goodie. Do people still say that? I'm not totally sure, but it applies in this situation, so I'm going to go with it. Michelle teaches on a variety of topics here, including why you fell in love in the first place, why you still love them, bad advice you might be hearing from other people, and how to move forward today. If you're feeling stuck, this episode will definitely help you. If you're feeling alone, this will help you too. Or if you're further along in your own healing, this episode could be a good reminder of how far you've actually come and that there are still new heights to achieve. And also, we want to throw a disclaimer out there. We've been doing these podcasts for years now, and we've received feedback that not every woman in our community is married. For example, they may be in a long-term committed relationship instead. And we've also heard that not every woman in our community loves a man, and that's totally fine. There's never any judgment here, and we want every woman to feel welcome and accepted no matter her specific circumstances. So, in this episode, Michelle does refer to him and he a lot, but we just wanted to say that we fully realize not everyone is in that exact situation, and we hope you'll still be able to listen and find a helpful tip or two today. Thanks so much for understanding. Going on the theme of oldie but goodie, this week we are offering our 12 tips guide sheet, which, to be totally honest, has been around for a while. But if you've never gone through it, or maybe it's been a while, we encourage you to download it and have a look. These tips are really good, and frankly, they never get old. So get yours by going to loveoveraddiction.com/12 tips. And these tips and guide sheets that we create for you are always free. So loveoveraddiction.com/12 tips.
Do you love an alcoholic or substance abuser? Does he drink too much? Is he using drugs? Or does he do both? Maybe he lies to you or he manipulates you. He breaks your heart and leaves you feeling hopeless. When you take the risk and tell someone just how bad this disease has taken over your life, you might be feeling so worried about what they think. Well-intentioned friends might wonder, how could you put up with living like you do? They might tell you to leave him or threaten to get a divorce if he doesn't help. They don't understand why he just can't stop. And honestly, you might wonder that exact question sometimes. Or perhaps someone's told you what you can do to help get him sober. Those are usual reactions from loving friends and family who don't know any better. And you start to feel weak for staying and putting up with all the lies, the bad-mouthing, the temper, or the way he just keeps choosing drinking or drugs over you. Or even worse, you start to think it might be your fault, that you did something that caused this disease. So why don't you leave him? People wonder. And why do you still love him? One of the reasons you stay is because you believe in his potential. Every now and then, you see a glimpse of the man you once fell in love with. Maybe it's when he's sober or the day after his latest episode, and he's asking for your forgiveness and promising to get better. But you know the real man, the best version of who he was created to be, is still in there. It's buried under all the addiction and alcoholism and the shame and hurt that comes with it. He might behave badly, but that does not make him bad to his core. Underneath all that awful behavior is a beautiful, wonderful, loving man who was created for a purpose. And you love the best version of him. That is the memory of the man you cling to. You want him back. So no, you're not crazy. You're not weak. You choose to look at the light instead of the darkness. You choose to hang on to hope instead of fear. You choose faith and commitment rather than abandonment. You owe no apologies or explanations to anyone who places judgment on your choices. Instead, find strength in your decision not to leave, and you will get stronger whether he gets sober or not. Today, you have made the choice to stay. So start working on accepting that decision for now. And remember, you can reserve the right to change your mind tomorrow and leave. Please remember to subscribe, and I will see you next week.
Here's the reality. Most every woman in a relationship with someone suffering from addiction has thought about whether they'll have to leave at some point in time. And the woman who has never had that thought, that is the woman who is going to stay no matter what. And here's the thing, there's no right and there's no wrong. And we'll absolutely never try to convince you. We won't tell you what to do. We strongly believe that that decision is entirely yours, and we take it as our job to give you all the information and tools that you may need to make your own informed decision. Is it hard work? You bet it is. But the truth is that it's work that must be done. Whether you want to stay, you might have to leave, or whether you're just not sure. Go to loveoveraddiction.com/stay or go to read what's possible. We hope that you're left feeling uplifted, supported, and encouraged. We want you to know that there's an entire community of women here, Michelle included, ready to support you through your healing. You do have a sisterhood, and you're not alone. If you're loving this podcast, we would just love it if you could leave us a rating and review on iTunes. Simply put, the more ratings and reviews we have on iTunes, the easier it is for women just like you to find us. We don't do a ton of marketing, so it really helps us out. You can head over to iTunes and leave a review there, or if you want to see step-by-step instructions on how to do it, check out a page on our site at loveoveraddiction.com/review, and we'll walk you through every step. And thanks so much. We read every single one of these reviews, and they mean so much to us. Thank you.